I still have a position long in Bitcoin, right? So the target on that is still 25,000 or so, this resistance level. I do have a position on Polkadot as well, DOT here. And again, same kind of thing. If it gets up into this range here or this area here, I'm going to unload that. Now, I do have short signals out there. One of them is Solana. I'm in from about $25.50 on the short side. That's in the money a little bit here. And there's just so many resistance levels on Solana right up here. Avalanche I put out as a sell short yesterday. And again, we're in the money slightly here off of this resistance area here. And then also Ethereum. I actually think that Ethereum very likely topped out when it topped this pivot here. And again, we're short on Ethereum, slightly in the money as well.
Gareth is a pro trader with over 20 years of experience. In his early career, he dedicated himself to the study of technical charts. In this video, Gareth Soloway, chief market strategist at infomoneystocks.com, gives his outlook for 2023 looking at stocks, Bitcoin, and gold. Before going further in this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. As far, the Bitcoin price has settled at around $23,000 per Bitcoin after a $200 billion crypto market earthquake. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies were slightly lower Monday, pairing gains after a rally over the weekend. Crypto traders are awaiting the Federal Reserve decision on interest rates due Wednesday, which is likely to be a catalyst for the next big move. And if we notice, just like Solana and Polkadot and Avalanche and Cardano before it, we know how high that particular crypto narrative can ride on waves of hype. The price of Bitcoin has declined less than 1% over the past 24 hours to $23,250, having come within striking distance of $24,000 in a spike over the weekend. The largest digital asset remains at the highest levels since last August after a roaring rally to start the year, with Bitcoin jumping some 40% in a matter of weeks to erase all losses since crypto exchange FTX's bankruptcy in November rocked markets. It's unlikely that Bitcoin and its peers will make a decisive move until Wednesday, though traders jockeying for position in the crypto derivatives market leading up to the FOMC decision have the potential to lead to some smaller moves in prices.
A huge week for markets overall, right? Like you said, Fed meeting on Wednesday. Thursday, we have Apple, Google, and Amazon all reporting earnings after the bell. And then Friday, we have the jobs data. So, I mean, this is one of those crazy weeks where it's going to get wild. The Fed decision is, needless to say, the most important one. They're going to raise by 25 basis points. That's not in question. It's all about what the commentary is going forward. My worry is that when you look at something like an ApeCoin, are you seeing that kind of craze of everyone just rushing in, and then does it last, right? So, and this is one of the things that I was talking to my traders about today, is that you can't look like the retail crowd wants to believe that this is 2021 again, and it's going to be everything just going up and up and up and up. But you have to remember, things are different. You have a bear market. You have the Fed interest rates at 5%. The Fed is sucking liquidity. So you don't have the same makings. The government's not sending checks. Like in the US, they were sending checks out to us. So there's a lot of differences between now and then. So you can't expect the same result.
The crypto and legacy markets could see a spike in volatility in a few hours. Crypto and legacy market participants expect the United States Central Bank to slow down on rate hikes in the coming months. However, traders and investors' hope could be dashed if policymakers assess market conditions differently and see the need to keep rates high. Economists expect the Fed to increase interest rates by 25 basis points to 4.75%, up from 4.5% on February 1, 2023. The bank began raising interest rates in January 2022. Over the months, the prevailing interest rate in the United States has risen from 0.25% in January 2022 to 4.5% by the close of 2022. According to Jeremy, inflation was inevitable with money being poured on, and it did sharply in 2021 and 2022. Over the past weeks, Bitcoin prices have been tracking higher as the crypto market expects inflation to cool down and the Fed to slow down on tightening in 2023. For this reason, how the Fed acts could shape the short-term price formation for Bitcoin. The coin sharply recoiled from around $24,000 on January 30, that's steady yesterday. Over time, it will be a disaster if the United States Federal Reserve increases rates by 50 basis points on February 1, 2023. On Tuesday, Bitcoin and Ether continue to trade in a narrow range as investors await the U.S. Federal Reserve's decision.
What you do have, and you're correct, you have this kind of sideways. Now the one negative here is that we had this attempted breakout on which occurred on a Sunday. Now, for everyone watching, never trust a crypto move that occurs on a weekend because you don't have volume there. You can see exactly what happened. Bitcoin had this nice run up, touched kind of 24,000, and then today markets are open, markets are selling, institutional volumes in there, whale volume, and it comes right back in. So I agree. I think your next stop is right here. You have this pivot low right here and this pivot high. So that's right around 25,000. So that would be, if we continue up, that would be your resistance point. I ultimately am still in the camp that the lows are not in on the crypto market. So I would be kind of in the camp of saying that at some point we will see a big rollover again. Yeah, so the big question I have, right, is and this is what everyone's been asking, is this a new bullish move in the market? Is there a new bull market on the S&P 500? I personally don't think so. And then the reason why it's not proven yet, and remember, everything we do is chart related, is that so far you have the high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. We haven't made a higher high yet. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a beautiful bear market rally, but it hasn't taken out this pivot high here to tell us that it's anything other than that. And maybe it will on the Fed. We don't know. Maybe later this week it will. Or does it start to roll over? And I eventually think the S&P is coming down to this level down here, and eventually the long-term trend down here. And remember, markets work, and there's some sort of synergy. There's kind of like an equilibrium where when we're above trend for so long, and you can see that above trend, as long as the Fed was printing money, we were always above trend. It makes sense in the very least we have to come back to trend.
As Gareth said, S&P 500 has been on a strong run so far this year, flipping the page from a rather painful 2022. Some of the stocks that suffered most last year, spanning across sectors from technology to cruise lines, are currently January's winners. The S&P 500 has risen about 6% so far in 2023, as investors have found buying opportunities. Let's just take a moment to acknowledge how well Bitcoin, the crypto market mover-in-chief, fared across the first month of 2023. Bitcoin prices have been tracking higher as the crypto market expects inflation to cool down and the Fed to slow down on tightening in 2023. Big investors are dipping their toes into crypto waters again after a bumper month for Bitcoin. Bitcoin, the original cryptocurrency, has soared nearly 40% in January, closing in on its best monthly performance since October 2021 and its second-best January in the past 10 years.
I have Bitcoin slated to bottom this year. Now, again, is that going to be May or June or where not? I mean, we'll find out. Maybe it already bottomed already for all we know. But ultimately, I agree that it is a buy the dip year. It's finally at levels where anything, to be honest, below 20,000 looks interesting. And I think, again, the biggest thing I would say is don't chase it up here. You have limited upside to 25, maybe 30. Just look for pullback. So you don't want to FOMO in. FOMO is like the worst thing. Think about people that FOMO'd in above 60,000 back in 2021. They all got screwed. So think about it. Just buy it on dips, buy on pullbacks, find your technical levels. Like for me on Bitcoin, a few technical levels to watch would be this. This was the FTX high just before the collapse. We can clearly see that right here, it hit, pulled back, and then broke. So this will be support. Another big level for support would be right in here as well. You have this pivot high and these lows. So you have a few levels where if you're saying, okay, I want to buy, but I don't want to pay up here, look for here. And then if it does get all the way down here, you have double bottom.
After the eye-popping rally in Bitcoin so far this year, investors may need a real injection of optimism from the Fed to facilitate more gains for the cryptocurrency. A muted Fed meeting could be read negatively. Bitcoin could continue to struggle to pick a direction at the current level until this week's big event. Cryptocurrency market predictions are speculative, and any investment made shall be at the sole cost and risk of the readers. What are your thoughts on Gareth Soloway's prediction about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in 2023? Do you expect Bitcoin will perform well in the coming days? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like our content, give this video a big thumbs up and do subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.